Okay, so this was a big chapter that we're going to take a quick review here, but we learned a lot in the last few minutes here. We got our introduction to actions. We learned how to use variables, for example, string variables. We also learned about operators and conditionals, such as the equal sign here. We learned about tables, which are three-dimensional variables, such as my names instead of my name, and the curly braces, and adding multiple values. And we also learned about string functions and functions. So how can we write our own functions? That's easy. We define them. We define their contents, and then we add script to them. Oops, there we go. And we'll preview that by making a quick call to our function, and we just do this by way of review. I'm going to move my script editor up a bit and put a couple spaces in there to make it more readable, and we're going to add a couple numbers. So again, we created a function by naming it, defining the variables that we're going to get passed into it, and then creating some code within it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and run this function just for old time's sake, and there we go. Our sum is 14, and we added 5 and 9. Okay, and we also learned about the string functions, how to manipulate strings, and the advanced ways you can do that. We learned how to edit actions, for example, if we have an action set up here, how to right-click on it, or how to double-click on it, or how to double-click on the page, and these are the different ways that we can edit the actions. We also learned about the script editor, how to set up our editor settings in our window properties here, and how to set up basically a script file from here. We can go Advanced Open and select a Lua script file, as well as how to insert an object reference, add actions, cut, copy, and paste, and so forth. We also learned about the autocomplete function, and we also learned that using the autocomplete function can actually result in more accurate, quicker code. And let's see what else. We went through the script files, so we went ahead and we added an application run script file action. There it is. And we learned how to point that at a script file and run that. Additionally, we also learned how to, let's go home here, get these spaces out of there. There we go. We also learned how to edit that file and so forth, and open it in a text editor. And finally, we took a quick look at debugging. We didn't really do any debugging, but basically at this stage in your development, it's a lot more important to be aware of the debugging process than it is to sort of learn the details of it. Basically, we're just going to get started with this CD, and in the next couple of CDs, or if you join us on the forum and you start developing in the next month or so, you're probably going to want to take a closer look at the debugging functions. So that's a review of this chapter, and let's go ahead and head on to the next chapter.